Hi guys. Louder, huh? Hi guys. Adele here. It's Tuesday night. It's the middle of the night again. Yeah, this is gonna be another late video. Um, so this week's topic is gender euphoria, which may be a term some of you guys haven't heard of before getting this little video assignment. I didn't really know what it was. I hadn't heard of it before. So let's just get right into it. So I'm pretty sure that if you guys know much about gender, you've probably heard of gender dysphoria, which is kind of where you feel super uncomfortable and super unhappy with your body or the way people perceive your gender, in like your body in relation to your gender. And gender euphoria is kind of like the exact opposite of that, where you feel super good and super happy about your gender. I think this is a really great term to know, because I've heard people say before, there are people who fall under the trans umbrella who don't get dysphoria, and sometimes it's really hard for them to legitimize their experiences, because people are like, well, if you're not unhappy with your body, then you must not be really trans, right? And it's just all like this total bullshit. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of rambling here. My videos have kind of gone downhill, haven't they? I used to like plan them out and be like, this makes coherent points, blah blah blah, logical progression. Anyway, gender euphoria, that's our topic. So I guess really the best way to truly understand what gender euphoria is to talk about some examples. So I'm going to talk about some things that make me feel really good about my gender. So I do experience dysphoria, but I'm pretty sure I experience euphoria too, because I've had those days where like I'll be presenting in a masculine way, and just the tiniest thing, like my boyfriend will say, oh, you look really handsome today, and I'm just like, wow. You know, like, can you imagine? Like, it's just so great. That's one of my favorite things, and he doesn't do it often. You know, he's still kind of learning and getting in the groove of that, but just those few times that he has, you know, that's like an outside triggered source of euphoria for me, where other people acknowledge that I'm not a girl, or that I'm not intending to present in a feminine way, at least not all the time. And just that acknowledgement, just, it feels so good, you know? Some other things, you know, just like gender dysphoria, gender euphoria doesn't always come from an outside source. Sometimes it's really internal and personal. And, you know, so I'll have days where I'll walk around the house and I'll walk around completely naked, because I do that. I do that so that I can be comfortable with my body. You know, I don't really plan on doing much as far as transition wise. I don't want to get top surgery, stuff like that. And so I've kind of acknowledged that I need to get comfortable with my body. So I'll walk around and I'll like look at myself in the mirror and I'll compliment myself, and that makes me feel euphoric and happy when I can see my body and recognize it as something other than what society tells me it is, which is a female body. And so, you know, that makes me feel so good about myself. So yeah, I guess really, gender euphoria is a great way to talk about how you know what gender you are without having to talk about unhappiness. I think a lot of the times trans stories are always laced with these negative experiences, which kind of is a given considering how unaccepting and shit-faced our society is. They're just kind of awful. But on a personal level, we don't always have to be unhappy with ourselves to be legitimate, you know? Sometimes our experiences can be really good and really positive, and you know, I like to own that. Be like, yeah, I'm happy with who I am. I'm not, it's not me who's unhappy with me. It's everyone else who's telling me that I'm not what I am, who's telling me I shouldn't be what I am. And so they cause the gender dysphoria. They're the ones telling me that my body is a female body, that the way I dress is a girl's way, you know, stuff like that that's just total bullshit. While gender euphoria is like my own personal experience. It's something that I can have for myself. It's my own happiness and acceptance of who I am. So yeah, that's I don't really know what my point in this video is. If I really need points, I guess I don't. But I think it's time to say goodbye. Yeah, okay. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.